Mike Joseph standing by with one of Lafayette's outstanding football players coming off the injury list. It's Brandon Bryant with Mike.
Well, you said it, Gary. I'm here with Brandon Bryant. I'm actually back in my element, talking a little bit of football. Great to have you here at the halftime.
Nice to be here with you.
You know, Brandon, we've talked a lot about the coaching staff and the new guys and getting that staff acclimated to Lafayette, but we really haven't talked. You know, you were on the search committee, I was on the search. We haven't talked to a student athlete, a player, and nobody better to talk to than that. Tell me a little bit about your feelings about the staff, how it's come together, and maybe that locker room, how that feels.
Absolutely. First, I'd like to thank Dr. McCutcheon for putting me on the search committee to look at me in that way. It was humbling, but it was an awesome process, and I think we definitely got a great one with Coach Garrett. From the second I met him, he stood out to me. I told Dr. McCutcheon that immediately. He's a high energy guy. He's well-rounded. He's had great experience across the board and all levels. I was ecstatic to see him when we did the interview process.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I thought was you're bringing in an expert, a guy who's an expert in football, X's and O's, player, relationships, things like that. It really went over well. Let's turn the page a little bit, talk about the Oaks Leadership Academy. You have a big weekend coming up for that. Tell me a little bit about that. That has been so influential for you as well as other Lafayette students.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great program that they have set up here. They've helped mold student athletes and put them into a role that they need to be successful. I'm actually going to the Naval Academy this weekend for a leadership convention, and I'm overjoyed to do it and excited to see what I learned.
They, Coach Garrett, when he came in, talked about having Renaissance men, guys that were so involved with the community as well as football. And your day is hard, obviously, with the rehab. Tell me a little bit about the rehab, number one, and how that has kind of gone through for you and where you're at.
It's gone great. I've had the surgery, was done by Rothman, so they work with the Eagles, all that. So I had great people doing the surgery, and then I had the same people for my rehab as well as here when I was here. But it's gone great. Everything I've done, I just got released to run and everything like that. So I'm ahead of schedule from what the standards of the recovery.
Now, you've really never had a major injury before, correct?
Oh, I've never been injured in my life.
So the first injury, how does that affect you psychologically? And I know a lot of people out there, a lot of football fans are thinking, we need Brandon back. He's the guy that we missed late in the season. He's a guy that has got to be in the center of things.
Honestly, it hasn't changed a thing. I'm just as hungry as I was before, if not hungrier, because I haven't played football since October 1st, and I'll never forget that day. And I'm going to come back a different animal, and I promise that.
I don't know how much more of an animal you could be, but let's kind of talk about spring practice. It is right around the corner. Can we expect anything new out of spring practice, or is it going to be just more kind of continue to work, stay with the process?
We haven't talked that much about it, but I think it's going to be a lot of kind of learning, because it's a whole new process, a whole new system. So it's going to be more of a learning process for everyone. So it kind of benefits the guy in my situation, because I'll be taking a lot of mental reps.
Tell me a little bit quickly about the locker room, the other players, how they're kind of receiving this staff and what we can expect for spring practice. High energy, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. Every member that they have hired for this staff has been a high energy guy, and that's one of the things Coach Garrett said when he was recruiting all these people. He was saying he wants everyone to be high energy, flying around, just excited about football.
I, for one, cannot wait to see number 33 back on the field. Thanks for a couple minutes.
Thank you.